how about we talked a little bit about mobile devices and they can be hacked. So how about the malicious apps on the phones? And other than putting a AV on it, what else can I do to protect myself?
I mean, that's the thing. Besides putting AV on your phone and really monitoring the apps you're installing, I don't think there's much else. It's not like a PC. It's different, and it's not like um, viruses don't spread on a phone the way they would on a PC. It's generally very localized. The risk that you have is things like overlay attacks, where I install an app on my phone that I think is legitimate, and that app will then do an overlay over top of another app. So I think I'm in a different app, and I've opened it up, and I'm trying to put information in, but really the malicious app is actually capturing that information. So that's one of the real big attacks that they have. The other one is just fake apps trying to pretend to be or look-alike apps. So I want to download an app for my bank. I want to download an app for my credit union. I go to the app store, I type in the name, and it shows up the apps. Well, sometimes it'll show up two apps that look exactly the same. One of them is the real one of them is the malicious one. And those get detected pretty quickly, but even if they're up for a day or two, that's sometimes all you need for a criminal, because that's a lot of apps that got on people's phones that people put in their personal information and then they got hacked. So to me, it really just comes down to awareness of the risk of the apps themselves. Also pay attention to the permissions that it needs. If, for example, you install an app, let's go back to the level app. If I install a level on my phone, so I can now check and see if something's level, and that app needs permission to my contacts, and it needs permission to my photos, it needs permission to all these things, that's a red flag. Why? I'm going to say no to all of that, and I'm going to not install that app, because oftentimes that'll be what happens is you'll have an app that's really basic in concept, but it asks for permissions to everything on your phone. And those are huge red flags. Why would it need permission to all of that stuff? And so that's where you need to really push back and pay attention to what you're installing. So if it's asking for lots of access, just try a different app.
That's great information. Thank you, Jim.